Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News. I am David Obokwasile. Our top stories this morning: State Deputy Governor Dr. Okeke calls for collaborative efforts to end child marriage. State government intensifies efforts towards ridding the state of illegal tax collections. About 10,000 Nigerians returned from Libya voluntarily. And on the foreign scene, Russia denies allegation of murder attempt on former double agent. Anambra State government has advocated education as the best empowerment for the girl child. State Deputy Governor Dr. Okeke stated this at a sensitization program organized to mark this year's International Girl Child Day in the state at the Government House, Oka. Government House correspondent Ejika Bana tells us more.
Deputy Governor Okeke called for collaborative efforts by stakeholders, including traditional rulers, religious leaders, especially fathers in the society, to end early child marriage and protect the girl child. Dr. Okeke, who emphasized that the best legacy parents can bequeath to their wards is education to enable them compete globally, added that the state government is doing everything within its powers to end early child marriage in the state.
So we need to concentrate our efforts on our awareness campaign on the right stakeholders, not on the children. Nobody wants a child to get married early. We all agree that marriage is necessary when the time comes for it. What a child needs, what every child needs, I'm looking at my wine here, is a little bit of this. Very matter. Give a child education. And the man say, nobody give a whole, get up again, or get up there more. Give a child an education. Let the child be able to compete globally.
The Catholic Bishop of Oka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, stressed the importance of celebrating the success of the Golden Girls appropriately, saying that time has gone when the concept of housewives dominated the society, as women now make meaningful contributions for the upkeep of the family. Bishop Ezokafo, while urging other girls to imitate the Technovation girls, advocated for the abolition of hair plaiting and other frivolities in schools, saying it is time-consuming.
Depend on your hard work for everything. As you can go and make it. You no longer have time housewife. You contribute your own, and the family will be better. So I do not have much to say, except that I'm happy about this girl, and I know more will come. Already, from what they have said on, now, the sky will be the limit. And every other person here, who did and still children, our grandchildren can achieve it. It's only a question of making up their mind. And so I'm happy. I have so many things to do, but when this thing was mentioned, I said all said and done, I must be here.
The convener of the event, Mrs. Mary Ann Izuchukwu, while stressing that they will take the message to the 21 local government areas of the state, said that the sensitization is important because of the spate of early child marriage, child trafficking, abuse, and denial of human rights in the society, emphasizing that a girl needs to be mature before marriage.
We're going to celebrate it in a grand style. We believe that more girls are going to come up. Because after this, we're going to go around the whole 21 local governments to educate and encourage our girls to have a phone number that they will call whenever they have problems. Because this is a year we have to thank God because He made the girls proud and He wants us to know who we are. Because when you know who you are, you can go places, not just because of anything, but with the favor of God in you.
One of the Technovation girls said that they won gold at the challenge because of their interest in problem solving. The event, which attracted the Girls Guard, security operatives, and Youth Council of Nigeria, featured presentation of the Anambra girls who won gold at the 2018 Technovation World Challenge in USA. From the Government House, Oka, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
The Commissioner for Trade, Commerce and Industry, Dr. Christian Madubuko, says his ministry will not back down until the state is rid of those who siphoned government revenues into their private pockets. Dr. Madubuko stated this in Oka while giving details of the arrests by a task force unit of the ministry of a group operating in the guise of being government-backed and extorting money from unsuspecting road users. Correspondent Daniel Ezigue's report is taken from our studio.
Swoop on the revenue offenders, a routine measure by the ministry to ensuring that only agents with appropriate government license and unquestionable repute are carrying out the duty. Dr. Madubuko, who said the two offenders were nabbed along Amanse-Onitsha Expressway, are not working for the government and have been operating with illicit documents bearing the signatures of top government appointees. The commissioner, who described the act as criminal, said the government was poised to ending the activities of illegal revenue collectors in the various parts of the state and warned those licensed by the government to operate in the highest standards, as those whose unfriendly and questionable conducts are reported would be stripped of their authorization papers and dealt with appropriately.
We have been doing our best. Before we hand you over an authority letter to go and work for the state government, we give you guidelines, we give you the rules, the regulations are there. It's already, there are revenue courts. We intend pushing them to revenue court and jail them so that others, it will serve as a deterrent to people.
The suspects, Mr. Uchenike from Ezago in Enugu State and Mr. Samuel Ogechi from Iyoapara in Nkanu West local government area, also of Enugu State, who said they were doing road maintenance and haulage at the Amansi Road, disclosed that they make an average sum of 3,000 naira daily, part of which they give to their boss, one Mr. Jekwo Kafu. They said the government is unaware of their activities as the toll they collect from road users are purely for their pockets, while the receipts and documents they have been operating with are fake.
I'm not aware that the authority has expired. I thought you will expire on December, but as these people, they lead the authority, so they told me that the authority has expired, that we are using fake authority.
So sometimes you can go because I ain't know now I know the money because somewhere you are now since start from where they are by this time.
The suspects, according to the commissioner, would be immediately charged to revenue court.
Over 2,000 persons from Okija and neighborhood have benefited from the free eye and dental treatment organized by Dozie Foundation and International Center for Vision and Healthcare, currently ongoing at the Basilica of St. Peter's Church, Okija. Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Joa Kabike, who flagged off the free eye and dental treatment, urged Dozie Foundation to key into Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme to ensure continuity of treatment for the beneficiaries at an affordable rate. The report is here. We're sorry for that. We'll move on now to the next story. As the nation wallows in flood and its negative effects, the traditional ruler of Owala Kingdom, Igwe Anthony Onyekwele in Anambra West Council area, says dredging of the River Niger holds the solution to the natural disaster. Igwe Onyekwele spoke with other discussants on an ABS radio program, Odema Anambra. We have the report.
Onyekwere said the riverine communities along the bank of the River Niger easily gets overflooded once more volume of water passes through the route due to the fact that sand has taken over the space for water in the river. According to the royal father, the last River Niger dredging project was a shoddy job, hence the need for complete evacuation of the sand from the depth of the river to allow smooth water flow without overflow on the land. He regretted the heavy casualties the current flood has taken, pointing out that farmlands, cash crops and residential buildings were invaded by great flood.
In 2012, if only man seen a main market, individual, the businessmen, they do say put out the money. Kawa mal banatal for say Yamaka. Man kekita. We are going to government. I am government. The missile life in it. He has the money that they can be fair and also is the hour office. My government maybe they will see about 1 year.
The traditional prime minister of the town, Chief Christopher Udeze, and the women leader, Mrs. Pauline Ukeji, bemoaned the losses the people of the riverine encountered and pleaded for more assistance.
The year 2012. Ụmụazị anyị ndị a na-agụba akwụkwọ ha na-agụzi akwụkwọ ọfụma. Ọzọkwa bụ o nwere ihe ọfụ ewepụtara anyị mana ọ bụrụ ọsụsọ na kọmuniti anyị, ọ dịkwa na other communities. Small scale acquisition na ewepụtara ọ na-enyere ndị be anyị aka ọfụma.
In his contribution, a former President General of Owele Kingdom, Chief Peter Udora, called on the federal government and other agencies involved in agriculture to provide farmers with land and other farm inputs early enough so that they can embark on timely planting and harvesting before the time of flooding.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has said no fewer than 10,000 Nigerians have voluntarily returned from Libya between April 2017 and October 2018. According to reports, the Southwest Zonal Coordinator of NEMA, Mr. Yakub Suleiman, made this disclosure while receiving a new batch of 161 returnees who arrived Lagos on Friday. Mr. Suleiman said that the Nigerians were assisted back in 50 flights facilitated by the International Organization for Migration, IOM. According to him, the returnees arrived at the cargo wing of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, at about 10 minutes past 3 o'clock in the morning and were received by officials of NEMA and other agencies at the airport. He said among the 161 returnees were 147 adults, 4 children, and 10 infants, adding that 12 of the women were pregnant, while 9 had varying medical cases. Queen Elizabeth's granddaughter, Princess Eugene, married Jack Brooksbank at Windsor Castle on Friday in front of celebrities and Britain's senior royals, including Prince Harry and wife Meghan, who wedded at the same venue in May. Eugenia, 28, younger daughter of Queen's third child, Prince Andrew, and his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, tied the knot with Brooksbank, 32, in traditional ceremony in the castle's 15th century St. George Chapel. It was the same setting as Harry and Meghan's wedding in May, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, as the couples are now known, were among the star-studded congregation. The 92-year-old Queen and her husband Philip, 97, who has retired from official engagements, were joined by other royals and celebrities, including Hollywood stars Liv Tyler and Demi Moore, models Kate Moss and Naomi Campbell, and singer Ellie Goulding. Female guests had to cling onto their hearts as a blustery wind threatened their wedding outfits, and the page boy tripped on the stairs walking into the chapel. Eugenia's, dressed by Peter Pilotto, and Christopher DeVos of London-based label Peter Pilotto, had a low back to reveal scars from surgery she underwent to correct scoliosis when she was 12. Russia's ambassador to London has denied that spies from his country's military intelligence agency had tried to kill former double agent Sergei Skripal and hacked various organizations across the world. Ambassador Alexander Yakovenko told reporters relations were at low because of the British government was trying to carry out a campaign aimed at discrediting Russia. He denied accusations from Britain, the United States and Netherlands that the GRU had hacked organizations across the world to undermine Western democracies. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us at Facebook at www.facebook.com/absradiotv. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at absradiotv. Now the main point before we go. State Deputy Governor Dr. Okeke has called for collaborative efforts to end early child marriage. State government has intensified efforts towards ridding the state of illegal tax collections. About 10,000 Nigerians have returned from Libya voluntarily. And on the foreign scene, we told you that Russia has denied allegation of murder attempt on former double agent. And that is the news. I am David Obukwasile from here, thanking you for listening.